together.
Hundreds of women who work as janitors and security guards, as well as their supporters, gathered at the Symphony Tower at NAID. Many were immigrants.
After a 9-year legal battle, ERA won a major settlement on behalf of a female janitor who had been assaulted by her supervisor and retaliated against. This case was a precedent for underscoring the treatment of workers and also coincided with our deepening in worker justice for industries that desperately needed reform.
The fact that we can all come together and that we are all in it for the same purpose.
Across the country, we rely on each other. We rely on the examples that other states provide to move things forward.
We're moving the same movement.
In the same decade, ERA won another significant case on behalf of Candace Branner, a pregnant security worker whose doctor had told her that she needed to take it easy a little bit at work, and her employer basically did not give her appropriate accommodations. The woman couldn't sit down, couldn't get a bottle of water, and she was forced to walk all over the airport facility, and her pregnancy was in danger.
Coming from where I come from, it's very challenging to use your voice. Sometimes you could feel underrepresented. You could feel intimidated by certain situations. So the relationship starting with Equal Rights, it was the start of even knowing I had a voice.
We prevailed, and because of that, 45,000 other women who worked in that field also benefited.
These issues have been going on for a long time, and it hasn't started with me, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to end with me. I think it's important for women to know that they have a voice that needs to be heard.
In 2018, ERA continued our pioneering fight against sexual harassment in male-dominated industries when we won a major legal victory against an Alaskan gold mine.
ERA is about building power in communities, in workers, among students, among people who've had the least power historically. And by doing that, we are really building an incredibly strong movement, and change is accelerating.
We are just like you. We are mothers, we are immigrants, we are caregivers, we are voters, and we've been fighting for women and girls. And believe me, we are just getting started.
COVID-19 revealed with really devastating clarity the unfinished business of the women's movement.
We are learning troubling new details of how the pandemic is affecting female workers, and this is serious. In September, 4 times more women than men left the workforce.
Millions of women were pushed out of the workplace because they didn't have adequate childcare, paid family leave, and it really threatened 50 years of progress for the movement. And so we were inspired, we were compelled to double down on our work and pass dozens of new laws, which were not just temporary fixes during COVID, but that could really provide permanent relief to change the future of work for women and others.